Bali appears in the imagination like a perfect tropical dream. Rice terraces glow green under the sun. Temples rise from cliffs and lakes. Waves crash below black volcanic rock. Scooters move through narrow roads. Offerings sit quietly outside homes, shops, and shrines. And sunsets turn beach clubs, fishing boats, and temple silhouettes into scenes that feel almost unreal. But that is exactly why so many visitors misunderstand Bali. They arrive expecting one simple island paradise. They think Bali is beaches, villas, massages, smoothie bowls, waterfalls, and sunsets. And yes, Bali can be all of that. But Bali is not just a vacation island. It is a living cultural system. It is a place where religion, village life, tourism, traffic, ceremony, landscape, family compounds, rice irrigation, social hierarchy, and global money all collide on a small island. Most visitors stay in one tourist zone, take the same photos, visit a few famous spots, and leave thinking they understood Bali. They didn't. Bali is not decoded from one beach or one resort. It is decoded by understanding zones. The coastal party zones, the cultural heart around Ubud, the cliff world of Uluwatu, the calmer east, the volcanic north, and the spiritual system running beneath everything. If you visit Bali like a normal beach destination, it can feel crowded and commercial. But if you understand its hidden rhythm, Bali becomes one of the most fascinating islands in the world. This is City Decode. The first mistake in Bali happens before the trip even begins. Visitors choose a hotel based on beautiful photos, then realize too late that Bali's regions feel completely different from each other. Stay in Seminyak, and Bali feels polished, social, beach club-driven, with restaurants, boutiques, sunset bars, and a more upscale tourism rhythm. Stay in Canggu, and Bali becomes younger, digital, surf-heavy, cafe-filled, crowded, and fast-changing. Stay in Kuta, and you feel the older mass tourism version of Bali. Busy streets, nightlife, shopping, beginner surf, and heavy crowds. Stay in Ubud, and the island becomes greener, more artistic, more spiritual, and more connected to temples, rice fields, crafts, dance, yoga, and inland culture. Stay in Uluwatu, and Bali becomes cliffs, surf breaks, dramatic beaches, luxury villas, and sunset views from the edge of the island. Stay in Sanur, and Bali becomes calmer, older, family-friendly, and easier for a slower coastal pace. Go east towards Sidemen or Ahmed, and the island becomes quieter, more local, more volcanic, and more connected to rice fields, temples, diving, and village life. That is the key. Bali is not one place. It is many different emotional climates on one island. Your base decides whether your trip feels spiritual, chaotic, luxurious, crowded, peaceful, adventurous, or commercial. Choose the wrong area, and Bali may exhaust you. Choose the right one, and the island begins to make sense. You have to look beyond the beaches. The real system of the island is ceremony. Balinese Hindu culture shapes daily life in ways many visitors notice but do not fully understand. Offerings appear on sidewalks, at temples, inside family compounds, at shops, near vehicles, and beside doorways. Temples are not just attractions. They are active spiritual spaces. Villages are not just places people live. They are social and ceremonial units. Time itself often moves around rituals, temple festivals, family obligations, processions, and community duties. This is why Bali can feel so different from other tourist islands. Even in heavily commercial areas, the older cultural system is still present. You may be driving to a beach club and suddenly traffic stops for a temple procession. You may be walking through a market and see offerings being prepared. You may visit a famous temple and realize it is not a stage built for tourists, but a sacred place where local people still pray. The mistake is treating Bali's culture like decoration. Sarongs, temples, dance, incense, flowers, and offerings are not props. They are part of a living religious world. A better Bali trip begins with respect. Dress properly at temples. Follow local rules. Do not interrupt ceremonies for photos. Do not step on offerings. And understand that Bali's beauty is not only natural. It comes from the way culture, landscape, and spirituality are woven together. Ubud is often described as Bali's cultural heart, but many visitors reduce it to rice terraces, yoga classes, cafes, and jungle villas. Ubud is more interesting than that. It is one of the best places to understand Bali's connection between art, ritual, landscape, and tourism. The surrounding rice terraces are not just pretty green backgrounds, they are part of an agricultural system shaped by water, community, and tradition. The temples are not just stone carvings, they are active spaces of worship. The dance performances are not just entertainment, they carry stories, symbols, rhythm, and spiritual meaning. Ubud also reveals Bali's biggest contradiction. It is spiritual and commercial at the same time. A quiet temple can sit near a busy road full of scooters. A rice field path can lead to a luxury villa. A traditional art village can also be a tourist shopping stop. That tension is part of modern Bali. The best way to experience Ubud is to slow down. Wake up early before the traffic builds. Walk near the rice fields in the morning. Visit temples with respect. Watch a dance performance not as a tourist show, but as a cultural language. Explore art workshops, wood carving, painting, silver crafts, and local markets. Do not try to turn Ubud into a checklist. Let it breathe. If you rush Ubud, it becomes crowded and frustrating. If you move slowly, it becomes one of the most layered places in Bali. Bali's beaches are famous, but they do not all offer the same experience. This is where many visitors make serious mistakes. Kuta is busy, energetic, and connected to older tourism and beginner surf culture. Seminyak is more polished, with beach clubs, sunset dining, and upscale hotels. Canggu is trendy, crowded, social, digital, and surf-driven, with cafes, villas, gyms, bars, and constant movement. Uluwatu is completely different. There, Bali becomes cliffs, powerful waves, hidden beaches, dramatic stairs, and sunset temples. Sanur is calmer, flatter, and easier for families or travelers who want a gentler coastal rhythm. Amed in the east feels slower and more volcanic, with black sand beaches, diving, snorkeling, and views toward Mount Agung. The mistake is booking a beach stay without understanding the beach personality. A traveler looking for peace may feel trapped in Canggu traffic. A traveler looking for nightlife may feel too quiet in Sanur. A surfer may love Uluwatu, but a casual swimmer may find some beaches difficult. Bali's coast is not one long resort strip. It is a set of different worlds. Bali looks small on a map, but movement can be slow, tiring, and unpredictable. Traffic is one of the biggest realities of the island. A short distance can take far longer than expected, especially around Canggu, Seminyak, Kuta, Ubud, and popular temple routes. This is why Bali punishes bad planning. The smart strategy is to explore by zones. Do not stay in Seminyak and casually plan sunrise at Mount Batur, lunch in Ubud, sunset in Uluwatu, and dinner in Canggu on the same day. That is not an itinerary. That is self-destruction with nice photos. Plan South Bali as one zone. Seminyak, Canggu, Kuta, beaches, restaurants, nightlife. Plan Uluwatu as its own zone. Cliffs, surf beaches, temple sunset, and slower road movement. Plan Ubud as another zone. Rice fields, temples, crafts, waterfalls, and cultural performances. Plan East Bali separately if you want Sidemen, Amed, Tirtaganga, Besaki, or Mount Agung views. And plan North Bali separately if you want waterfalls, lakes, or a quieter atmosphere. Hire a good local driver for full-day routes. Start early. Avoid changing sides of the island too often. Bali is not difficult when you respect distance and traffic. It becomes exhausting when you pretend everything is close. Bali's food scene is now one of the island's strongest systems. Traditional Balinese food gives you spice, smoke, rice, sambal, satay, lawar, babi guling, grilled fish, and local warongs that often tell a deeper story than expensive restaurants. But modern Bali also has another food layer. Cafes, vegan restaurants, beach clubs, bakeries, smoothie bowls, fine dining, and global menus designed for digital nomads, wellness travelers, and luxury tourism. This mix can be exciting, but it can also hide the local culture if you never leave the tourist bubble. Eat in a local warong. Try Balinese dishes. Visit markets early. Taste food connected to ceremonies and daily life, not only Instagram cafes. At night, Bali changes by region. Seminyak gives you stylish beach clubs and restaurants. Canggu gives you bars, crowds, music, and digital nomad nightlife. Kuta gives you louder mass tourism nightlife. Uluwatu gives you cliff sunsets and more dramatic evening views. Ubud gives you quieter nights, cultural performances, restaurants, and jungle atmosphere. The mistake is expecting one Bali nightlife scene. There are many. Choose your area carefully. Bali after dark can feel magical, chaotic, peaceful, luxurious, or overwhelming depending on where you are. Most Bali trips fail because visitors treat the island like a simple paradise. The first mistake is choosing the wrong base. Bali's regions are completely different, and your hotel location controls your entire experience. The second mistake is underestimating traffic. Distances look short, but roads can turn a simple plan into hours of stress. The third mistake is treating temples and ceremonies like photo props. Bali's culture is alive, sacred, and deeply woven into daily life. Respect it. The fourth mistake is trying to see too much in one day. Bali rewards zone-based travel, not chaotic island hopping by car. The fifth mistake is only experiencing the tourist bubble of beach clubs, villas, cafes, and famous photo spots. The deeper Bali lives in villages, ceremonies, local food, rice fields, traditional arts, and quieter regions. The sixth mistake is ignoring beach conditions. Not every beach is safe or easy for swimming, and some are better for surfing, sunsets, cliffs, or walking. The seventh mistake is chasing viral locations at the worst time of day. Wake up early, move slower, and let Bali breathe. Bali is not just beaches. It is not just luxury villas. It is not just temples, waterfalls, or sunsets. Bali is a living system of ceremony, landscape, water, traffic, tourism, spirituality, and village life. One day here can move from a temple offering to a rice terrace, from a scooter-filled road to a cliff sunset, from a local warung to a beach club, from sacred silence to crowded nightlife. That is the real Bali. Not one postcard, not one paradise fantasy, a rhythm, a contradiction, a living island that only makes sense when you respect its systems. So choose your base wisely, move by zones, respect the temples, taste the local food, slow down, and leave knowing you didn't just visit Bali, you understood it. If this guide helped you explore smarter and decode the island's hidden rules, like this video so more travelers can find it. Comment below which city or island we should decode next. And subscribe to City Decode, because the world becomes bigger when you understand the systems inside it. And remember, we don't just visit cities, we decode them.